Hey everyone, it's Icarus, and this is just going to be a quick video. I have a doctor's appointment that I'll talk about probably tomorrow. But I've been rewatching JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, and I'm fascinated by the fact that I just finished Battle Tendency, and I just realized, or I'm just now like glomming on to the fact that this is at the start of World War II. It's very explicitly at the start of World War II. There's the whole Germany. It's the time period where Germany is like going into the Czech Republic and that sort of thing. I don't remember what the Czech Republic was called before then, but you know, uh, so and we have German characters and Italian characters and English characters all working together to basically defeat the Ubermensch, the Pillarmen, and I don't think I clocked onto this quite as strongly as this time because we are literally having these characters come up, and as the Italian character is friends with a German soldier. One of the primary, of not primary character, but one of the tertiary characters is a German soldier who believes in German medical and scientific technology and is always talking about his fatherland. You are the best. You're representing. You got to do this shit. Da 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 da. And this is obviously an anime from Japan, so we're having a sort of this is sort of a cultural conversation about how people in Japan of today may be looking at alternate histories of World War II versus like what we usually see in the US, where the US has a history of revisionism to be like where the reasons everything stopped, um, the whole the bombs, the storming in, there's the focus in other academia on the Holocaust and how the Holocaust has destroyed Jewish communities, completely wiped out, and horrific stuff. There is talk, you can look at it in the queer lens, where not only do we lose Jewish people, but we lose Jewish queer people, and we lose the information that they were curating, and we lose the Sex Institute, and we lose all of this information because Germany was built not about it. We can look at it from a graphic design lens, but I don't think I've ever really gotten to see the lens of a specific, like, we know Japan is generally pretty xenophobic, and we know, well, maybe we don't all know, but I know that there's a really strong history in Japan of the against China, Korea, all of these the eastern countries where like Japan was trying to invade China during world wars and before. There was this whole thing with Okinawa where the original kingdom of Okinawa at one point was actually uh, in control was controlled by both China and Japan and sort of act as a middleman for their markets, because I think this was during the time when Japan had kind of closed off to outside trade. But that's not what my focus is. My focus is currently just, yeah, that it's interesting to see. And JoJo's Bizarre Adventures is extremely bizarre. I mean, the first three parts uh, go deal with like vampires and pillarmen, who are these um, adjacently evolved alongside humans, but they have vampiric traits and Dio. And you have these, I consider most of them to be very positive masculine role models, and a bunch of idiots. Oh god. Especially Joseph and Jonathan Joestar. They're the definition of himbo. But we're looking at this and they're teaming up with Germans and Italians who are explicitly already allied. Germany is explicitly expanding their reach across the European continent. It's not just history, real world history that I'm applying here. It's talked about within the context of the show. And yes, okay, the Italian dies. There's actually not so much of an Italian presence besides the one character and the fact that they do their training in Venice. So, yeah, you can get around that a little bit. Except for the whole, he's explicitly friends with a German soldier that he helped hook up with his fiance. But the German aspect, you can't pull it away. Uh, Throughout most of it, the German soldiers are seen as fairly incompetent or going in over their own heads. There is a bit of a play where it seems like they're going for technology for an ultimate weapon, but they're trying to take down the Pillarmen, but they get over their heads and a lot of them die. But we also have this character who is an asset, and while he's initially very dismissive and has kidnapped one of the previous part's main characters, uh, he ends up being an ally. And then at the very end, we find out he died in the Battle of Stalingrad. And he also brings up the fact that he brings German weapons that help wipe out some of the vampire zombies. That that's a whole thing. I would recommend this show if you're at all just like, what the fuck am I talking about? But then there's also just, I don't enjoy the show any less now that I've realized this, but I am thinking about this and I'm thinking about the fact that the this philanthropic this philanthropic, God, I can't say words. The One of the characters has created a sort of philanthropic fund research team sort of thing to try and get rid of the stone masks. Again, that's a whole thing. And he allied with the German soldiers to work on minimizing some of their equipment, making it more portable. So then we get into the idea of the eugenics in the US, and I don't think I'm supposed to be thinking this deeply about it. I don't think I'm supposed to be thinking this deeply about the fact that the this English character and this English transplant to Texas character are teaming up with Germans and using German technology to defeat the Ubermensch, and it's the start of World War II. But now that I'm thinking about it, I can't stop looking at this from that narrative and just seeing eugenics, but also they're fighting against eugenics and genocide, and the German soldier dies in Stalingrad. How am I supposed to, like, how do I deal with this? Have you guys seen JoJo's Bizarre Adventures? Did this come through your mind when you were watching Joseph Joestar fighting half, no, not even half, mostly naked, super abbed up men? Or were you just like completely distracted by the chaos like I was the first time? Because I don't want to be alone in thinking about this. This doesn't ruin the series for me, but it does kind of sour the start of it. And I'm going to finish this by saying Susie Q is my favorite character. I'm sorry. I love her. I know she doesn't get a lot of characterization, but she's an absolute ditz. And I love her. She's great. I'm going to stop talking now because just, what the fuck? Yeah? Can we agree on just generally, what the fuck? I have some life updates. I'm going to be sharing them, like I said, probably tomorrow. I'm going to record the video either today or tomorrow. But it's pretty cool, pretty sudden. My brain is going a million miles an hour. I can't stop thinking about the fact that you can look at battle tendency as being revisionism of eugenics. Um, yeah. That's the video today. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and bye.